save T'Challa. We need a recast, chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that is crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Shuri can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the man, so what is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.
Oh, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're going to have us a good old time tonight. I am your host, Emmanuel Noisette. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming here and being live with Eman. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all, we got a couple things to talk about. What do we have to talk? I'm gonna give y'all my review for Sinners. I just saw that movie, The Amateur. I'm gonna talk about that. Was there something else? I don't know if there was something. Gosh, what was the other? We got some updates from WB. Yeah, we're gonna talk about WB. And by the way, I met Ryan Coogler. You know, Black Panther director. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll tell y'all that story at the end, of course. You know, that's our main story. So, first and foremost, let me see who is here today so that I can give the proper welcome while some of y'all come in a little later. That's all good. Shout out to the replay gang, by the way. Who is here with us today? First, kicking it off. Let's see. I got Paulette is here. Good to see ya. My man King Chad is here. I think you'll like this episode. Last of my kin. What's going on? Good to see you. Sam K. How you doing? My man Johnny Washington is here. Good to see you. Ism. Appreciate you coming through, sir. Wouldn't be alive without Ms. Harper. Thank you so much for being here. Shar, appreciate you always. My man Minister Crush is here. What's going on, Dre? Good to see you. We got Nelson V in the building. My man Derek, I've been good, man. I hope you've been good all as well. Mama J is here. Come on through. Kristen Pratt holding it down for the Mod Squad. Let's see. It's Sheed, my man. Good to see you. Corey, appreciate you coming through. Let's see. Who else did I see? There we go. Jay, good to see you, Jay. Callow, how you doing? Dex, appreciate you coming through. Skizler, what is up? Good to see you. 60 plus. Appreciate you always. Yolanda, thank you so much for being here. Tracy, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Jesus, how you doing? We got the homie Kiki West. I appreciate you. And listen, shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. Guys, we got a lot to go through. So trust me, we will get to as much as possible. Let's see. Tracy coming through. Eman done did the thing. So proud. Perfection. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. I really do. By the way, and that reminds me, it looks like I will be doing the Sinners watch party. That is going to probably happen on the Friday when it comes out. So what is that? April 18th, I want to say. I will post the link to the sign-up form. So if people are interested, I will be posting that link. Just as a heads up, it's probably going to be like just $10 to attend, and adults only. Sinners is rated R. Okay. I think I've said this before. I'm not going to tell y'all how to parent, right? But as a host of an event, I am going to feel some kind of way having y'all kids potentially show up and seeing some of the things that happen on the screen. So I'm not going to host that. Now, if y'all want to take y'all kids to see that, that's y'all business. But this event will be adults only. So make it a date night. Come hang out with me, the rest of the E-fam. We'll talk and we'll watch Sinners together. Okay, what else do we have? Ooh. Okay, JM, what you got? I want to say I'm proud. That's all. Salute to all your success. Always representing us blurs. I'm live from Miss Toya's Creole house, and this catfish is hitting. So replay gang, it will be. Salute E-fam. Hey, thank you so much. You just made me starve. I'm starving now because I wasn't even looking for catfish, but now I want some, and I need to find out who is Miss Toya and where's this Creole house, because that sounds delicious. So I got you on that. Thank you so much. Talented one, what you got? I knew it would be last. Respectfully, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. What you mean? What you don't want to see all the other stuff we got to talk about? What? Give us that Coogler news. Listen. Listen. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. We gonna do the program the way that we normally do the program. Okay, that's what we gonna do. But thank you so much. Let's see. DJ, what you got? Much love. The only news I care about. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much for that. Oh, by the way, I have got to give a quick shout out to, where's she at? There we go. The homie, Charlissa Grant. Thank you so much, Charlissa. I appreciate you holding down the channel. Says the $50 Cash App. Said, been a minute. Keep entertaining the masses. Yes, ma'am. I shall do that. I'm sending some love right back. Thank you so much for keeping the lights on at this point. I really do appreciate you. Then we got my man Derek. What you got? The boys are coming back. Yes. MM wants his shirts back. Miss you, brother. Where's Kobe? I've been watching you since Lovecraft Country. Thank you so much. Kobe has been chilling. Oh, do I have a store? Huh. It has. Okay. So I do have one Kobe update. Hold on. Actually, let me make this so I can mark this for myself later. So I do have one Kobe. Thank you for that. So recently, if y'all recall, for those of y'all that are new, maybe y'all don't know, but sometimes, me and Kobe go on adventures, and I remember the last time we talked, I told y'all that I had ran into some problems, right? And it's, spring is coming, and with springtime and the summertime, we get certain visitors coming back. And this time, yes, they are back. The damn geese are back. So, in case you did not know, or in case you forgot, these geese be giving me problems, right? They give both me and Kobe problems. Like, I literally try to mind my business, walk down the street with my dog, let him do his business, and just be on my way. I don't bother nobody. We don't talk to nobody. That's it. And the problem with these geese is they're very territorial. So they be on this neighbor's lawn. And I just found out why they always on the lawn, because this person keeps feeding them. He keeps dropping bread for them every day. That's why they keep coming back, gangster and blocking up the whole block. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm walking Kobe, and I see them down the line. I see them down the street. So I'm like, all right, bet. Kobe, we not even finna play with them no more. We just gonna cross the street, right? We're not gonna pay no tolls. We're not gonna do nothing. We're gonna cross the street because we don't want no problems. So I cross the street and I see the geese looking at me like, you better had. Oh, I wanted to go up there and just kick them in the face so bad. But my wife told me that they are endangered species or they're protected or some nonsense, so I can't touch them and have some goosenecks tonight. So I said, okay, fine. I'm going to be fine with it. Kobe, you going to do your business over here on the other side of the street, and we going to be cool. Bet. So as I'm walking, I notice this lady, right? This lady walking perpendicular to the geese. And I'm like, oh man, here we go. This lady is on her phone. She's talking, white lady. And I'm sitting there like, oh man, them geese are about to attack her. Oh, they about to give her a problem. This lady walked straight up to the geese, right next to them. Blah, 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 ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. And them geese was just like, what's up? Geese. I don't know, whatever geese be saying. Geese. I was like, y'all not gonna hiss at her? Y'all not gonna throw up y'all set the way that y'all throw up y'all set every time I walk? Are you serious? So I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe the problem here is the fact that it's just her, right? It's just this lady on her phone. She's chilling. She's not walking towards, she's right next to them, but she don't have no dog or nothing. So I said, okay, cool. You know what? Fine. I see. Clearly, y'all just don't like my dog, right? Clearly, y'all don't like a brother with a dog walking around. Fine. Got you. So, I go down the block. Kobe does his business. We come back, right? On our way back, I'm down the block. I see this other brother. Was he a brother? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was a brother or not. But it was this other man, and he too had a dog walking on the same opposite side where the geese were. So I was like, oh, this is crazy. Okay, y'all about to. So I see that the lady wasn't going to get bothered, but now this man finna walk down there with a little dog on the same side of the street as the geese. I was like, Kobe, we're going to have to sit. I was like, sit down. We going to watch this. We got to watch because I want to see. I'm not wishing any harm on his dog, but I'm just saying equal treatment, right? This man walked right in front of these geese with his little dog, and they ain't say nothing. They looked at the dog. They looked at the man. They said, morning, sir. Good to see you, sir. Have a good day, sir. And just kept it moving. Do y'all want to know the only difference between my dog and his dog? His dog was white. Y'all know Kobe biracial. Y'all know he tan, he caramel skin. You know he biracial. This dog was white. They didn't say two hisses at this dog. Who do I call for this? Who do I report this to? Is there like a ACLU, EEOC? Like who do I call the Peter Al Sharpton? Who do I speak to about these geese that will harass me and my dog, but they don't say nothing to the white lady and they don't say nothing to the white dog? I need answers. If somebody got some answers, please let me know. Because I don't like this. I don't like this racial profiling. I don't like this discrimination. It's not right. It's not right. Anyway, I'm sick of these geese. Like I'm sick of these geese. Okay. There's your update. There you go. Kobe's cool though. Kobe is cool. Besides that, racist interactions. Can't believe who would have thought racist geese exists? How do y'all do that? Only in America. Only in America. DJ, what you got? Are you doing The Last of Us Season 2 episode reviews? Yes. I think this is going to be insane. They were spot on with the first game. Second game is insane. Yes, we will be doing it. We did it last time. So, whatever the day is after the episode comes out, I'll go ahead and we'll do the live reactions and talk about the episode. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. But yes, we absolutely will be doing that. Let's see. AJ, at this point, we should have an animation series of Eman versus Kobe and the Kill. You know what? To be honest with you, I've thought about that. That's why I've been trying to make sure I save these marks, these timestamps, so I can go back. I'm thinking about that. I might do a whole Kobe channel or something. I don't know, but I'm thinking about it. Good idea. Thank you so much. Kiki, what you got? Call the NPPACP. You know what? Watch that actually be a thing too. Thank you so much, Kiki. I'll keep that in mind. JN, Kobe got to put them paws on those geese. First of all, Kobe is not built that way. I told you, Kobe is light. He don't have that. He don't have that black, Air Force One energy. I wish he would sometimes, but I need him to stay a family dog. So he doesn't have that black Air Force One energy. He's not built that way. Kobe would go up to them, turn on his back, put his feet up, and say, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" Like Kobe is a punk. Like he is not. That's not his makeup. I think it's the poodle in him. Because he is a golden doodle. I think it's the poodle in him because the way he be standing and he just Kobe ain't. Nah, that ain't his makeup. All right, let's get into it because I know some of y'all like get to the Coogler news. Okay, you bunch of thirsties. I'm coming. All right, let's do some quick updates first. And this is where we're gonna go over a couple of things in the news that we could just kind of go over quickly. So first up, Netflix, always out here trying to find new ways to get you. They are testing new search technology that uses open AI to find customers' TV shows and movies. It will also allow customers to use far more specific terms, including their mood. Now, listen, in case you did not know, the future is AI. Okay, the future is AI. There's no escaping it at this point. It's I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a mixed bag. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, do I really want to keep using AI for like everything? I remember I was watching some video and it was like somebody asked Chat GPT or whatever, how would you take over? And the crazy thing, like, how would you take over the world? And basically, in a nutshell, the AI was like, oh, I would take over without you even knowing it because I would allow you to allow me to take over everything in your life. In other words, you're going to keep asking me questions. You're going to keep relying on me so much to do the thinking for you that I'm going to, by default, take over the world. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, I feel like this is where we're going. So if Netflix is just a small little sample of this, but I don't know. How do y'all feel about this? Having AI help you with the recommendations. So you could be like, yo, man, I'm feeling a little down and out. Can you find me something funny and uplifting? I mean, hey man, I'm a little bored. Can you get me some action thrillers? Hey, might not be terrible. I don't know. How do y'all feel about Netflix using AI to help you get better search results for your stuff? Because if Netflix does it, other streaming platforms are going to do it too. So it is going to be inevitable. All right, what else do we have? Marvel just released an 8.5-hour video of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine just breathing. That's it. And halfway through, he does that. Now, if y'all recall, Marvel just gave us a 5.5-hour live stream of some chairs. Who's in charge? Who is this? Kevin Feige's doing? Is this Disney's doing? Who did this? Why? Like what? it's like part of me wants to say that this is really stupid, but at the same time, I got a feeling that somebody sat through this. I just, you know, I just wish this amount of creativity would be put into other projects, because I feel like y'all be putting a whole lot of energy in things that nobody asked for. I'm just saying, this is recent. The Deadpool Wolverine craze, it was a good movie, good little time in the theaters. That's long gone. Whoever thought of this, why didn't y'all start thinking about, like, I don't know, something else more relevant? Just, okay. Like, I don't know who this is for. I mean, is this effective? Does this get butts in seats? Like, what is the point? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we have a new series coming soon for my horror fans out there. Mike Flanagan's Carrie, the TV series, has been greenlit, and it's going on Amazon Prime Video. The series is going to be 8 episodes, and they're going to start filming this summer. I am half and half on this. So one half, I don't really care about the Carrie story because the movie was okay. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Like, it's fine. But Mike Flanagan, I really enjoy his work. Midnight Mass is still one of my favorite things that he did. He also did Gerald's Game on Netflix. I think he did The House on Haunting Hill or something like that. There were like a bunch of other series that he's done. He's going to be doing the Clayface movie as well for DC. So I like him as a creator, director, writer, period. And that's probably the only reason I might check this out. But if you are interested in Carrie or the horror genre, you do have that coming up. Oh, we're gonna keep it on horror, actually. Y'all. Tony Gilroy, the guy that did he's a showrunner for y'all show Andor for Star Wars, says that Lucasfilm has a Star Wars horror project in the works. Now, there's no details about what this is about or what this is, but I'm curious. But at the same time, while I am curious, I am also dubious. I am also weary. I am also very, very cautious about this. Why? Because at one time, Star Wars told me that they were going to make this thriller mystery thing called The Acolyte, and it went nowhere. It failed. Y'all got me hyped up for The Acolyte, talking about, ooh, we gonna talk about the dark side and where it came from and all this, and y'all just didn't make it work. Now, on the flip side, I do remember Rogue One, and I remember the ending of Rogue One. And that ending, when Darth Vader came through that hallway, scared the bejesus out of me. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, oh, if I was one of them little worker peoples, like, y'all would have had me messed up. Y'all would have had me, I would have been scared, running on top of people, jumping through them doors. When you see that big black figure with the red lightsaber coming at you like that, that was scary. That was scary. But anyway, how do y'all feel about the potential of a Star Wars horror film? One other thing, I mean, they're probably going to make this PG-13 at most. How scary can this get? I don't know. And it probably is going to depend on who the director is. So we'll keep an eye out for this. We'll talk about it. But I thought it was interesting that they would actually venture into something like that. Next up, we got man, this was a childhood favorite of mine. A24 is in talks to develop a Bloodsport remake. Bloodsport. So, Bloodsport, I don't know about y'all, but man, Jean-Claude Van Damme, this was one of my favorites. Like, binging Jean-Claude Van Damme movies in the 90s was like a pastime that probably made me a huge fan of movies. Shout out to Bolo. That dude was easily one of the most terrifying Asian villains I've ever seen. Like, this dude was swole and he could do martial arts. Like, he was the prime time villain. And this story, this whole movie, matter of fact, I do want to go back and rewatch it, but this is a classic movie. Classic movie. Like, if you just like that action, that fighting, classic. So, excuse me, but here's the thing. And forgive me if my memory is off on this. Was this the movie where Van Damme was doing that whack dance in the bar? Y'all remember? Oh, that dance was bad. Oh, that man could not dance. Was that the one with the bar scene and the dancing and stuff? Because sometimes his movies kind of run together. But this, I have questions. First, and probably the biggest question is, who is going to play the role? Who's going to play? Was that kickboxing? That was kickboxing. Okay. See, I got him a little mixed up. God, he couldn't dance. That was cringe worthy. Who's going to play the main role? Who's going to play? Because I mean, at this point, Van Damme, when he came through, he was such a unique thing for people to see in action films. Well, let me say in American action films. I mean, we had the Schwarzenegger, we had the Stallone, we had the Bruce Willis, but Van Damme really kind of carved out his own lane. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, I mean, who are you gonna get to replace that? Like, and you need somebody that can also act. They ain't gotta be, I mean, is this a Scott Adkins kind of flick? And if it is, that means it's gonna be an automatic B movie. I don't know. But I'm interested in seeing what they do. And something tells me you gotta have Van Damme show up. He gotta be like a judge. He gotta be somebody in the audience. You gotta have him show up some way, somehow. I know we don't really like the remakes as much, but I feel like this might be one of those films that you could get my interest. You could. So let's see where that goes. Man. So the Batman 2, we still waiting on that. Now, I've heard some things. I take them with a huge grain of salt. That, you know, Matt Reeves might be going through some stuff and that's causing the delays or whatever. And, you know, we kept hearing, like, at first Matt Reeves say the script is done. And then James Gunn was like, nah, what script? You know, and that little back and forth kept happening. And it was really, really hard to figure out what was what. But one thing that is interesting is this new report that's out, more speculation than confirmation. And that is Robert Pattinson could be in line to be playing the villain in Dune 3. And that's if he decides to sign on. Now, here's the thing. Robert Pattinson's already supposed to be doing Batman, right? But he's also in Christopher Nolan's movie, you know, as well. So it's kind of like he's doing the Odyssey movie for Christopher Nolan. It's like, bro, are you trying to tell us something? Because if you're taking on all these roles, that just lets me know that you're not doing Batman 2. Not that he won't ever do it. I'm just saying that it sounds like Batman 2 ain't coming around no time soon. And I'm just wondering, are y'all going to age Batman up? Because I'm sorry, you don't look like the late 27-year-old Batman that you were supposed to be in the first Batman. So if he decides to take this on, I don't think that's going to be a good look for the Batman sequel. But what do y'all think about him? And I don't know that much about Dune 3. I don't know about this villain. I believe he's like the main villain. I don't know. Anybody that's read Dune, the books, do you think that he is a good pick to play this character? If you do, feel free to let me know in the comments. What else we got? Oh, we got an I Am Legend quick update. So as we know, Will Smith has already confirmed that I Am Legend Part 2 is coming. He is going to be doing this with Michael B. Jordan also. And in case you did not know, the way that the movie is going to happen, they're going to run with the alternate ending. So if you watch the bonus DVD or whatever, it's the alternate ending where basically Will Smith's character survives. That's going to be where the second I Am Legend picks up. But Will Smith was out there. I believe he was on Drink Champs, and he had a little insight on what the film, what we can expect. And he says that Michael B. Jordan will not be playing his son in this movie. He said Michael B. Jordan's character currently is the head of a new settlement. So there's another settlement in Connecticut, another group of survivors, and that's who Michael B. Jordan will be playing, is whoever that the leader of them could be. So interesting. I mean, listen, you got two name brand actors. You got a movie that did pretty well. I liked I Am Legend. So I'm interested regardless. I don't think he had to play his son, so that's fine by me. But we'll see what happens with that. Next up, the Oscars are finally going to introduce a best stunts category. And this will begin in 2027 for the 100th Oscars. And I listen, this is long overdue. Long overdue. I mean, best stunts, y'all should have done this so long ago. I mean, listen, are y'all about to do some retro awards for Jackie Chan? You definitely gonna have to give some awards to Tom Cruise. You know, you're gonna have to go back and look at them the John Wick movies. They're gonna have to get some awards to. Like, you can't just start brand new. You're gonna have to start going back and at least give a couple retro rewards to catch up for something that y'all should have always been doing in the first place. So hopefully we'll see, because I'll be real mad. I mean, Jackie Chan getting kind of old. Tom Cruise got one more movie in him. At least action. We'll see. Yeah, I don't like the idea that they just now doing it, but y'all better show some love to where it was deserved all this time. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got I guess we could talk about it. So Scream, if y'all recall the Scream movies, the lead actress, Melissa, I forget her last name. She had dropped out. There was all this controversy. Then Jenna Ortega dropped out. And remember, they also got rid of Neve Campbell because they didn't want to pay her. Then they went back after everybody dropped out and they paid her. But the question now was like, what was up with Jenna Ortega? Now, at the time, it was reported that it was scheduling conflicts and all this. But now, Jenna Ortega reveals the real reason why she left Scream. She said it had nothing to do with pay or scheduling. It was all the Melissa stuff. It was all that was happening, and it was all kind of falling apart. If Scream 7 wasn't going to be with the team of directors and those people I fell in love with, then it didn't seem like the right move for me in my career at the time. So basically, it was all the drama, and that drama is what made her drop out. Simple as that. I don't think it needs to be more complicated than that. So cool. Great. Makes sense to me. All right, guys, that is all we got for the quicker updates. What did you think? What were the things that stood out to you? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Oh man, I got a lot of comments here. Let me try to go through these. Why is my stuff lagging? Kat, what you got? When does From season 4 coming out? We don't know. Hopefully next year or next summer or next fall. Hopefully, but there is no official date. Trust and believe I will let y'all know as soon as I know. Trust that. What you got? What's up, OG? Hey, I got a good question. Do you think Ryan Coogler should make Blade? No, I do not. No, I think I actually answered this in another interview a while back, or not interview, in another video a while back. No, just no. I don't think that he needs to make one. Could he make one? Maybe, sure, I guess. But I would be more interested in Chad Stahelski, for example, the Blade, not the Blade, the John Wick director. I'd be more interested if he wanted to do it. But yeah, nah, he wouldn't. Would I be mad if Ryan Coogler did it? No. Do I think he should be first on the list? Not so much. I don't think so. And that's no shade towards him. It's just that I got other directors that I think that could probably do a better chance for that. Let's see. Natalie, we talk Coogler yet? Nope. You got time. You got time. Get them nails did. Thank you. Let's see. Tyra, what you got? Nope. That could be a human coder's job. It could be. It could be. You're referring to the AI, I'm assuming. Absolutely. Now that's if people want to learn coding, which they should. You should get into the AI technology world because that's where we headed at this point. So, good luck. AJ, what you got? AI is gonna suck. It's too fast paced for people. Jobs will be lost, and we lost enough jobs. So that's the problem, right? AI is probably going to suck for the older generation. It's not going to suck for the younger generation who are going to be born into this stuff. If anything, it's going to be fast paced for older people, but it'll be right in line, I would say, for millennials and younger, because it takes away a lot of thinking for you. It does a lot of the brain power stuff for you. That's actually that's something that people can get addicted to. So I wouldn't say that jobs will be lost. I mean, think about it like this, and we'll talk about it maybe a little later. It's not that jobs will be lost. Jobs are going to get lost anyway, right? The same jobs that people are doing, the factory jobs and stuff like that, manufacturing, that time is it's over. My dad used to work in a factory, made really good money. Guess what? That industry moved into automation. They got robots doing a lot of those things that my dad and other factory workers used to do. So then you also have the issue of other countries doing that same manufacturing and same automation for cheaper. So you either get on this new wave with AI and technology and the way that they're going, or you're going to get left behind. That's the sad truth, behind it. So it's not going to suck for the people that get with it and that are going to be a part of the wave, what is this? Nova, speaking of Netflix, E-Man, have you watched Weak Hero Class 1? Season 2 is coming out April 25th. It's such a good show. No, I have never heard of that. I am going to have to look it up, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to have to be something I look into. Thank you so much for that. What is it? Quiet one, what you say here? I feel like an 8-hour recap of movie and TV show clips of all the newly revealed characters in Doomsday would have been more effective and relative to post. Probably compared to whatever the hell that Wolverine thing was. Sure, yeah, because I still don't understand why that was a thing. All right, let's move on. Oh, okay. Let's do this quick. So magic is something that and I'm not talking about like sorcery magic or whatever, but apparently the card game, I knew that this thing was popular. I've always heard of it, but I never really understood anything about it. But apparently this thing is so popular, it's going off so well that Matt Johnson, this guy, whoever it is in the pole position. Pole position? That's a phrase? Okay. To direct the first film out of live action Magic the Gathering. Yes, he absolutely looks like he plays Magic the Gathering constantly. Yes. Now he hasn't gotten a formal offer yet. Now it says here Magic the Gathering is recognized as the world's first trading card game, having connected more than 50 million fans of all ages since 1993. In the game, players take on the role of planeswalkers, powerful spellcasters who summon creatures, cast spells, and use artifacts to defeat their opponents. Apparently, this is even crossed over with Dungeons and Dragons and Lord of the Rings. So, anyway, I don't know nothing about Magic the Gathering outside of the fact that it's a game. That's all. My question for y'all though is: have y'all played Magic the Gathering? And is that something that got you excited for a movie coming out? Is this something like, here's the thing, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I did enjoy the movie. You know, the movie seemed kind of cool. So to me, I would only look at this as, can you get me interested in whatever has all these other people interested in the game? So, because listen, at that time, I didn't play the cards, but I did play the games for Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh when those came out, you know, and I remember when the Pokemon cards came out and stuff like that, you know, everybody was trying to get Charizard and whatever other stuff. I remember always seeing Magic the Gathering right there, but I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't see no TV shows. Like, what is this? I don't see no movies. So I don't know. Maybe this is something long awaited. If any of you guys are familiar with Magic the Gathering, please let me know. Is this something that you're looking forward to? Is this something kind of cool? I mean, it is popular with you know, the circles. You know, I don't want to say just the blurs. It's the nerd circles. But anyway, if not, don't worry about it. It'll probably come and go anyway. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Kiki, what you got? I'm trying to understand the end game here. If AI continues to take jobs away, how will these corporations make money? Who will buy products without jobs? So, if I were to think about this, so even if AI takes away jobs, someone will still have to write the code. Someone will still have to, you know, work with AI. Now, I'm assuming and hoping AI doesn't get to the point where they just do everything. I think at some point, human beings should be like, we've seen Terminator, right? And just realize, you know, we've seen the Matrix. We don't have to let AI do everything, but as long as we can work with AI and keep AI just being a tool, then we can be okay and the jobs will just change. They won't just replace everything. In terms of how the corporations will make money, I think I was just listening, don't quote me on this, but I think it was James Cameron or somebody who was saying how they were looking into using AI to do different things with their movies to basically cut costs. So they're cutting costs, making movies cheaper to make. And if the movies are cheaper to make, we're still probably going to be buying those movies. Maybe some of those cost savings will trickle down and, you know, it'll be cheaper. So I'm just trying to think of like random different things like, yeah, AI might make this a little bit easier or it might make this a little bit more cost effective, and maybe hopefully that'll trickle down to us too, if we can adapt to it, maybe. But we'll see. I mean, yes, jobs will definitely be lost. That is true, but I think new jobs will also start to happen and take their place. All right. Next up. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Let's do this one. Y'all, we have a Predator update. So, I just found out that we have a new Predator. Well, I didn't find this out. We know that there's a Predator Badlands coming out. We know that that is something that was going to it's going to happen. It was announced during CinemaCon. They showed some footage of it. But one thing we talked about a couple weeks ago, it was a while back, was the fact that there were also going to be other Predator properties that were going to happen. One of those things was going to be an anime, right? Or animation. And we have a trailer for it. So let me see if I can here. Okay, so I have not seen this. I've seen images of it, And there is something in here I am excited about, but I have not watched the full thing yet. So I do want to watch the whole thing with y'all. I want to see how they execute this. So y'all know how we get down. Okay, so this is the Predator anime. I believe this is coming on Hulu as well. So let's check it out. Please don't copyright me. Okay, got little God of War. Samurais. We got samurais. Oh, this, oh my God.
You are old enough now. It's time I tell you about the monster.
Oh, you look like a ninja to me. Oh, we got ninjas!
We must kill it, or it will kill us all.
Yo. What kind of predator is that? Come on, yes! Yo, not the World War II. Oh, wow. Yes. Put that in my veins. Yes. Oh, I can't wait for that. Oh, we gotta. Oh, yes. First of all, I told y'all about the ninjas. I said it right after Prey. I said it. Everybody was like, oh, we gotta have the samurai. I told y'all, predators don't care about no samurai. Samurai don't make sense for this type of genre. But ninjas do. Yes. Let's go. Ooh, and it's anime too. Man, hold on. Let me grab this article here. What do they say here? So, you got a Viking raider seeking vengeance, guides her young son across the war-torn land drenched in blood and myth. The ninja in feudal Japan, love it. Once loyal to his samurai brother, breaks their bond in a violent succession war. Ooh, a World War II fighter pilot soars in the skies to uncover a mysterious force threatening the Allied cause, only to encounter something far deadlier than expected. Come through. This is what I need. This is what I want. Give it to me. Please and thank you. So yes, I am here for this. I cannot wait. I had no idea it was that violent. No idea what that. Y'all, they sliced that man in half. Like he was a ham hock or something. Like I did not know that. I didn't know. I didn't know it was like that. But listen, that is fine by me. I'm here for it. I'm with it. Thank you so much. I wanted ninjas and Predator, and now we getting them. So I'm here for it. Real quick, let me give y'all let me know. What did you think about the Predator anime? Is this something you'll be watching? Will you check it out? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh my God. I got to give a shout out to Kristen, our very own. Thank you so much for $5 Cash App for Swan Food to train rival army. Yo, recast the geese. Thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate you. That's interesting. If I could get my own little army, my own little gang of geese, and had them go fight, yo, that'd be, first of all, I would record that. I would record it and make sure everybody sees it. Yes. But thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. Let's see, Kat, what you got? Yes, Friday, the next movie of Friday. Yes, we are getting that. I believe that was announced last week at CinemaCon. DJ, what you got? Yes, Predator. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. Let's see what you got. Kat is back. I went to Twitter. We call it Twitter. It's Twitter. You looked up Ice Cube, saw him saying it would be a great idea if added cast members like George Wallace and Ronald Isley as your uncle. Sure. And shout out to Pops, man. Witherspoon, like that was we did lose him as well. So that it's gonna suck not having him there. And I'm sure they'll probably address that as well. Puma, Predator versus Wakandans recast T'Challa Senior. There you go. Actually, that's a comic. That is a comic. So if you are interested in that, if you haven't seen it already, you do have Black Panther going against the Predator. So that exists. Go check it out if you haven't already. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about legacy real quick. In case y'all are new here, and in case you did not know, for a long time, I have tried my darndest to fight the myth, the stigma, the lie behind recasting. Because far too often during the whole Recast T'Challa campaign, all of a sudden, in the history of conversation, recasting became a terrible, horrible thing. It was blowing people up. People started running with this narrative that it was disrespectful. It was bad. It was just blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. But in the midst of all this conversation, what did we do? We constantly brought up the plethora of characters and actors that have constantly said, hey, I want to play this role. Hey, I'd love to pass this on to somebody else. Hey, I'd like to take that on. It has constantly been the case, way more often than not, that recasting has always been a positive, good thing. And one of the prime examples of a character that has been recast to death is none other than Batman himself. We got 50-11 Batmans, whether it's TV, movies, comic, whatever. You're going to find a Batman somewhere, somehow. And as I've said before, it is through recasting that you can make even the worst movies, the worst portrayals, the worst characters. That's how they stay relevant, and that's how they get more popular. Okay? Because if it was true, according to some of y'all, we should have never gotten another Batman after George Clooney. George Clooney should have been the end of Batman, given how terrible he was and how bad that movie was. So if y'all logic was true, for the people that were anti-recasting, George Clooney should have been the end of Batman. Brandon Routh should have been the end of Superman. But here we are. We still got another Superman, and we still have another Batman that's coming in James Gunn's DCU. And guess what? Brandon Sklenar, I don't know who he is. I've seen him in the movie Drop, but that's it. I don't know who he is or where he came from. But Brandon indicated that DC Studios has been in contact with him about Batman in the DCU. He says that I think there's some awareness of me on some level, probably. I know there are ways away from doing that. Interesting. Now, I will talk about the movie Drop a little bit later, but I will say that from what I saw in the movie, this dude, I like him. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Now, what's interesting about this is the fact that, you know, there's never not going to be a search for another Batman. And once again, because of that, Batman will stay relevant. No one's going to have any issues. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Batman will continue and will keep going. But here's the other question. Is this bad? Is this a problem? Well, let's hear some more from Brandon. What else did he say here? I have my own ideas on the character Batman, if that ever comes to fruition. He was my favorite comic book character as a child, and he's superior because he is a real man. I think there's a lot more to explore there, and there's a way to do it that makes it very real. So, if it ever comes around, I would gladly take that torch, and I would not take it lightly. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I just wanted to highlight, because anytime I find these examples, I'm going to bring this up because it was beat across our face. Oh, recasting is bad. Oh, well, it's a different media. Oh, well, the actor and the legacy. No, it doesn't. Stop it. No, it doesn't. Actors will do these roles because they revere them. They revere all the people that did it before them, and they look forward to adding their own flavor, their own spin, if they get that opportunity. And I do believe that he knows if he can become Batman, that's it for him. Like he's made it at that point. So just interesting, just real interesting. Anyway, y'all let me know, what do you think about Batman? Brandon playing Batman, if you even know him. Y'all probably don't know him. That's okay. You know, it happens. Let's see. Do we want to do a review? I want to do a review real quick. Let me see if I got all the stuff for y'all. Do I have it? I think I have it. Hold on. Yes, there it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and just do this real quick. I'm gonna just do a quick little impromptu review for y'all. So let's talk about the movie Drop. If you don't know what Drop is, that's a good thing. Let's just start right there. That's a very, very good thing if you don't know what it's about. Basically, just to kind of give you a quick little synopsis. Drop is, let me see if I got an image for y'all somewhere. No. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. So Drop is basically, it's a widowed mother. She's going out on her first date in years. And that date takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with all these anonymous threatening messages on her phone during her dinner. And it leaves her questioning if it's her date that's behind the harassment or if it's somebody else. So let's start off with the good. So basically, I think what you're going to like the most about this and what works is the mystery, right? It is the mystery. You don't know who done it. You don't know who's doing this. I love the idea of using similar to y'all iPhone users, the airdrops and stuff. I love how they use that concept here, and they made it terrifying. They made it scary. Someone around you in this busy restaurant is sending you terrible, threatening, very scary messages about you, about your family, etc. And they're making you potentially do some really bad things. I love how you just don't really know, and you're constantly guessing, who is it? Is it the date? Is it this person? Is it that person? Like, what's going on? You're constantly in this guessing game all the way until the very end. And I mean, it's not terribly hard to think about who is it, but you probably also don't want to. By the way, this dude was hilarious. He was the waiter in the movie. Pretty funny. Really enjoyed him. Main actress, I thought she did a pretty good job with the performance. No complaints there. I think that the pacing of the story was really well done, because it felt like a tight script movie. Like it didn't feel like it was trying to do too much, not too little, and it escalated the tension in a very progressive way. And yeah, like that just really worked for it. And I thought it was pretty fun. It had like some nice little twists and turns, and it was just the right amount of drama to keep the story going, so that worked out. I don't know if there's like too much in the bad to talk about. I mean, there were a couple moments, if we had to nitpick, there were a couple moments that seemed a little unbelievable. There were a few moments that were just like, yeah, all right, sure, that's how that would go down. But otherwise, and I could just go to the reason with this. You know what? Listen, this is that kind of movie that you can go check out on a matinee, that you can go check out when you're bored, $5 Tuesday, easy watch, fun little watch, nothing too crazy. That's not it. Nothing too crazy. But I liked it. I liked it. It was a simple, easy, fun movie. So if I had to give it a rating, because I don't think I'd watch it again, so I'll take a little bit off for rewatchability. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. Again, hey, if you even watch this streaming, you found you a nice little watch. That's a nice little watch right there. But yeah, I like Drop. Drop was a pretty entertaining flick. But y'all let me know, do you plan on watching Drop? If and when you do, come on back to this video. Let me know what you thought about it. And once again, please do not watch the trailer. It's best if you go into this completely cold. Like, there's not a lot that this movie offers. So outside of like the surprises and twists, the last thing you need is this trailer ruining all that for you. So please stay away. But let me know if you have seen it. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Decent little movie. All right. Natalie, you said your boyfriend plays Magic. You're a little blurred. That's funny. Hey, ask him to teach you. Ask him to teach you if you don't know how to play. All right, let's move on. So we got that down. Ooh. Yeah, let's talk about this. Let's go into a little drama. I don't know if y'all remember, but the Marvels had a little bit of controversy going on, and some of that had to do with, in my opinion, unfair coverage, I guess, of Nia DaCosta. Nia DaCosta, she's the director of the Marvels. And one of the issues was like, oh, she's leaving the production, and how unprofessional. Even though, like, while people were trying to drag her and throw her under the bus, it was like, wait a minute, other directors do this all the time. They'll sit there, they'll shoot everything they got to shoot, they'll do everything they got to do, and then for like all those final touches or whatever, they might leave. Steven Spielberg did the same thing. I want to say it was either before or after Jurassic Park, but this is not uncommon. Anyway, she was getting unfairly dragged through the mud for that. And she was also blamed for the poor reception that came out because of the Marvels. Now, I did not like the Marvels. To me, the Marvels was a bad movie. But, I don't like the idea of blaming it solely on her, because one thing that has been true, and it's been said by countless other directors that have directed for Marvel, is the fact that Marvel will go out their way and remix the movie, re-edit the movie, add things, reshoot stuff or whatever. So I didn't like the fact that they used her to put all the blame, when at the end of the day, Kevin Feige, like, y'all the ones that go in there and chop it up, do this, do that, whatever. So, and once again, I've also told y'all, what did I tell y'all? Whenever you want the truth about a movie from an actor or director, you wait until after that contract is done, after they have moved on, after they can't get sued or lose money, then they will be free to speak more about it. And that's exactly what we got here from the sister Nia. She sat here and had an interview about the Marvels and said it was interesting because there was a certain point when I was like, okay, this isn't going to be the movie that I pitched or even the first version of the movie that I shot. Yikes. So I realized that this is now an experience and it's a learning curve, and it really makes you stronger as a filmmaker in terms of your ability to navigate. Ooh, she says something here. Just before I go to what else she said, I love that she said this because I remember when Matt Reeves just got done doing that the Planet of the Apes movie, and he was about to do the Batman, and somebody asked him like, yo, don't you want to go work for Marvel? Don't you want to go do something with Marvel? And Matt Reeves specifically was like, nah, I'm good. The reason why I'm going to DC is because they let me cook. I'm paraphrasing. They let me do my own thing. If you go to Marvel, you have to play in this very specific sandbox. You can only play with the little toys that they give to you. That's it. So as a creator, as a director, he's like, nah, I need a little bit more room to expand. I got to do what I got to do. And I'm not trying to say this is anything devious, but I don't think it's a coincidence that Marvel will usually find young up and coming directors to come and do their movies, because at the end of the day, it's going to be Marvel that's going to take them reins anyway, right? Oh, thank you, rookie. We know that you on your rise. All right, thank you. We got this. Go on, get out of here. We'll take care of the rest, right? Now it's a few directors that might be able to get like a final cut the way that they want. The Russo brothers, for example, after they gave you Winter Soldiers, in Civil War, you're not going to tell them nothing. You're going to sit back and collect your billions and be quiet and like it. Okay. So when they do something like that, you're fine. Even James Gunn, I remember, and I'll talk about him a little later, even he, as successful as he's been, he's also had a couple issues with Marvel in terms of the final cut, say, or whatever. So it's not a coincidence that they probably took advantage of her inexperience and trying to basically let her, do one thing or pitch one thing and then completely change it into something else. So I'm glad that she mentioned how it's going to be a learning experience for her, because now you're going to be better at the projects that you pick. First thing you probably going to ask, can I get final say? Can I get final cut? Oh, I can't? All right, have fun. Go let somebody else do it. Good. That's the way you should do it. Like, keep your standards, because one day you'll get a film that you want, that you could stand by. So I like the fact that she is growing as a professional like that. She also went on to say the way that they make those films is very different to the way ideally I would make a film. So you just have to lean into the process and hope for the best. The best didn't happen this time, but you kind of have to trust in the machine. So she basically said that in a very, very nice way. Smart, don't burn no bridges. But she said, listen, the way they operate ain't the way I would operate. Cool. Makes sense. So, I like the fact that she can speak up for herself. I like the fact that she can that she has mentioned all this, at least to be able to defend herself in some way. Because again, I thought the targeting that was put on her was unprofessional and just distasteful. So anyway, what do y'all think about what Nia had to say? Do y'all think that this might have changed your opinion of her? Maybe it changed your opinion of Marvel? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, we can talk about this real quick. So, China. Ooh, okay, guys. Y'all already know. I try not to get political until the politics starts to cross over. So, recently, the president of the United States has had an interesting strategy when it comes to financial policies that would include issuing tariffs, right? That is the word of the year, tariffs. So the strategy, which plenty of economists have said is not the best idea. And for those of the people that are like, but it could work because it's unfair and try looking decades ago when the same policy was issued, and it led to a trade war, and it also led to a infamous time called the Great Depression, right? So tariffs don't always come with the best results. They can be used sometimes well, but the way they are currently being issued might have some negative, consequences. Now, we won't go obviously into all the ways that it has affected real people's lives and stuff like that, but it has now crossed over to Hollywood because due to the policies from the US government, China has responded. It says here, the China Film Administration confirms they will reduce their import of US films in the wake of the tariffs. The wrong action of the US government to abuse tariffs on China will inevitably further reduce the domestic audience's favorability towards American films. Yikes! Yikes! You about to go after that Chinese money? You know, them studios love them some Chinese money. Okay, like the Chinese money is usually how a lot of these movies tend to bump over to the billions, right? It's usually China will give you at least if you're successful in China, you're talking about at least an easy 500 mil by itself, right? Domestically, movies that are really successful will get 200 million, 300 million, something like that. Like if it's really, really good. It's that China that gives you that little extra hoof, over the hill. So the question now is, what is Hollywood gonna do? Because I'm sitting here wondering, like, you got a very, very rich industry with some very rich people. Are y'all gonna put in a phone call to your local congressman? Are y'all finna set up a meeting at the White House? What y'all gonna do? Because I'm looking at WB right now. Hey, y'all got a whole Superman movie coming out. Superman, I think, is a worldwide recognized figure. I would imagine that will completely harm, because I don't even think Superman will make $1 billion. I don't even think it'll do that. I've assumed it might make anywhere from maybe 500 million, give or take, and that's being generous just because of the name, and if it's good and the word of mouth, 500 million is my ballpark estimate. But I'm pretty sure they need that China money too. Now, to also mention, it is also very difficult for movies to even get played in China. Take Black Panther, for example. Do y'all really think it was a coincidence that Marvel had to shoot that scene in Black Panther? I think it was in South Korea. You think that was a coincidence that they had to get in there? They had Lupita in there speaking Korean, like, that's not a coincidence. That's because y'all want some of that China money, right? Y'all want that Asian money. So, you do have a lot of restrictions a lot of times, that, you have to film in China, or you have to do this, you got to do that just to have the movie played there, Which, listen, if you're in China, that makes sense, right? Like, hey, you want our money, you got to do this. I get it. But they're not feeling these tariffs, and it's affecting the Hollywood money. And the crazy thing is, this year, you got a lot of movies coming out that, like I said, you got Superman coming out, you got Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Jurassic Park. Like, it's a lot of big budget movies coming out that if they can't get that China money, whoo, man, there's gonna be a lot of angry shareholders. I know that. And I'm more interested in seeing, is there going to be a response from Hollywood? Are we going to start seeing a bunch more documentaries, or a bunch of movies like The Big Short or stuff like that where Hollywood fights back against the US government? I don't know. Y'all let me know. What do you think about this whole policy from China? Do y'all think that this is going to make waves? Do you think it's going to last? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. JN, the NFL didn't let them buy the Bills. It's their fault. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but okay. All right. All right, let's move on. We got a Thunderbolts report. So, Thunderbolts, which I will admit, I'm not excited for the Thunderbolts. I will watch it, for sure, but it's not something that I'm like excited to go see. Like, I'm interested, I'm curious, but excited, not so much. However, even though they're saying that this is going to be very grounded and it's going to have all this action and stuff, it's like, okay, we can maybe see what's going on. I mean, I purposely try to stay away from the trailers because clearly Marvel likes to show way too much. We're already seeing Sentry and everything. But we got a report here, supposedly from people or someone who has seen the early advanced screening. Now, keep in mind, take this with a grain of salt. Screenings do happen, so it's not like I don't think that person's automatically lying. But I would not run with this either, because we also know Marvel does tend to change things. They'll reshoot things based off of whatever they see or hear from the advanced screenings. And Marvel will continue to do stuff and change things up until the day the movie comes officially out. So if anyone's like, it's in post-production, it's done, stop. Marvel literally has contradicted that point. They will keep working until they want to, until the movie comes out. So we have this person who reported on this. It was somebody on Reddit. They gave, according to this, an accurate assessment of the movie's quality. And this is what they said. I attended a test screening of this near Burbank about 6 weeks ago. I won't say too much, but I think if they're feeling jaded by the cape genre, superhero genre, because they're all feeling the same, I would check this one out. Okay, so they're saying that this one feels a little different than your typical superhero movie. It says here, the journey it takes the characters is actually interesting. The team dynamic is great, kind of like, Guardians of the Galaxy. And the way Sentry is executed into the story is really fascinating. I expect this one to leg out well into the following weeks after it drops. I see the Rotten Tomatoes being above 90% for critics and audiences. Of course, they could be wrong. And the audience I was with seemed to love it and couldn't stop talking about it highly after the screening. Okay. Listen, nothing about that sounds like it sucks. If we were to take that to be true, now, first of all, I can't disregard this because y'all remember we've heard other reports of other screenings that have just been terrible. Y'all remember them screenings for Aquaman? And people were walking out because it was so bad. So I'm not going to completely disregard this, They're saying that this is going to be a little different than your traditional, superhero movie. I'm okay with that change of pace. And if it got people talking, I like that too. So, my interest has kind of gone up a little bit more now. I think I could say that. Um, yeah. So now I'm a little bit more intrigued. I'm a little more intrigued to see where this could go. So y'all let me know. How did that report feel about and I was talking about the second Aquaman, by the way, the second one, which was terrible. But how do y'all feel about that report for Thunderbolts? Is this something that gets you excited for it? Are you interested? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. JN, Hollywood should pivot to Nollywood, Nigeria. Maybe. If there's an audience for it, sure. Hollywood will go anywhere that there's an audience for. So I would say that if people start to pay more attention to Nigerian films, Hollywood will follow suit as well. But it's probably not going to be, I doubt they will be proactive and do that and go that way. Quiet one, what you got? I was curious about Thunderbolts and Suicide Squad type movie with Black Widow, Bucky, Ghost, and Taskmaster. Sounds interesting, but Red Guardian in it always throws it off for me. He just feels out of place. I agree. I personally just don't like how they made him like the big goofy guy. Like I'm just really tired of that trope. I think it's kind of tired and played out. It's kind of similar to what they did with Drax. Like, you don't need the big guy to be dumb and oafy and goofy and like that's a Disney thing. Go do that in like, Frozen or whatever. Like, it's not necessary here. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I still think that a couple of them gonna die. Last time we looked at them chairs, it wasn't a whole lot of them. No, actually, it was a lot of them. I think Taskmaster is the one that might not make it. Taskmaster probably ain't gonna make it. I don't think so. But we'll see. Thank you so much for that, Quiet One. Appreciate you. All right, let's get to oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that, JN. I appreciate you. About the whole president and the bills thing. Okay. Well, no. Oh well. Oh well. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's go to some WB updates. So there was a big interview, I want to say, with some WB executives. And they shared a bunch of things, a couple of mini updates on what we can expect coming up very, very soon. So let's kind of go over them real quick. Peacemaker season 2 will premiere this August on HBO Max. I liked the first season of Peacemaker. I thought it was cool. It was a little wonky sometimes, a little weird, but overall, I think this was a great role for John Cena. Yeah, I had a really good time with it. I thought that this was pretty cool. Next up we have yes, remakes. Warner Brothers has confirmed that they are developing a new Gremlins and Goonies movie. I mean, as a 90s kid, I grew up on these. I saw them. I used to watch all the Gremlin movies. Definitely liked them. Goonies was okay. Like I was probably a little too young for Goonies. But do we need a remake? Do we need reboots for these? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if that desire is still there. I don't know if that audience is still there. Like, I don't know. This feels like we gotta hold on to the past. That's what it feels like. It feels like we gotta hold on to the past and we're not gonna let it go because we can't think of nothing else in the meantime. That's what it feels like. What else we got? Well, Beetlejuice 2 came out. Well, Beetlejuice 3 is also in the works. So I loved Beetlejuice when I was a kid. I even watched the cartoon show that came on Saturday mornings. I didn't even go watch the second movie. And I think it was no shade. I love Michael Keaton, still the GOAT Batman to me. I just did not have a whole lot of interest in this. I don't think it was a bad movie from what I heard, but I don't know. Maybe there's something I'll watch when I'm bored or something like that. But how do y'all feel about Beetlejuice 3 coming out? We had briefly talked about this a long time ago, but now it seems like this is actually official. Ocean's 11 is going to be getting a prequel starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I still don't get the Ryan Gosling hype. I don't get it, but it's a thing. It says the Ocean's prequel movie, starring the two, is still moving forward at WB. It is going to be set during 1962 Monaco Grand Prix. The film follows the couple as they teach their children how to steal from the rich. Okay. All right. I guess this will be interesting ish. I mean, I like the Ocean's movies. They've always been entertaining. I guess we'll see. We'll see if that works. What else? Oh, okay. Well, this is a classic, so I don't know. The Bodyguard, a remake, is in the works as well. Rest in peace to Whitney Houston. I mean, granted, I was young when the movie came out. And Whitney made the movie. Like, for me, it was all about Whitney. So I don't know how you follow this up. Like, do you change the story? Because God forbid you try to get somebody to play like Whitney or to sing like her. I mean, could Jennifer Hudson do it? Voice wise, and she was in Dreamgirls. Maybe. Do you get Beyonce? I mean, like, who do you get? Who do you get for this? Halle Bailey? Halle Bailey? Maybe. You get, yeah, I don't know. And maybe Kevin Costner, he's still around. Maybe he does a little cameo or something. Dang, y'all don't like B? Dua Lipa? Ooh. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm still fine with the original. I don't even know if this needs a remake, but I guess they want to. Coco Jones. I like Coco Jones. Good actress. I like her. She's cool. Who y'all want to play the bodyguard though? Like who? I feel like they just gonna throw Glenn Powell in there just cause. Just why not? Or do they get Ariana Grande? I mean, she did Wicked. Oh, they might go Cynthia Erivo. Cynthia Erivo. She got some lungs. That woman can carry a tune. I don't know. All right. What else do we have? We also have The Matrix. Yes, it is now official that Drew Goddard, who gave us Daredevil, he gave us The Martian, Cabin in the Woods, he is going to be developing a new Matrix movie. I don't know about this. I'm sorry. I have loved the Matrix franchise. The Matrix, I've already told y'all this, it was an experience for me. It was something that I absolutely loved when it first came out. That changed my life. Like, it made me interact with movies on a whole different level. And even though I know some people poo-poo on part 2, I still like part 2. Part 3, I liked it, but I agree it's not the strongest. I could not stand part 4. Part 4 had all this potential and it was just wasted. So it's harder for me to look forward to the next one because at this point, and I said this before part 4 came out, the challenge you will have with the Matrix, you're going to have to basically push the genre and our imaginations because that's what the legacy of the Matrix is. Like I told y'all before, the first Matrix, when that thing came out, it changed the game. Y'all saw way more slow motion. Y'all saw slow bullets. Y'all saw all this stuff. They changed the way people started making action films because of the Matrix. So I don't know. Y'all gonna have to find a way to make AI more interesting. Y'all gonna have to find a way to make it more like you got to make people think. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's easier to just start from scratch. I don't know. Good luck. Good luck, because I don't see it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I guess we'll see. Speaking of which, we also have Minecraft. I have not watched this movie. I don't care about this movie, but a sequel is being developed. They said the ink is not dry yet, but the deals yet, but imminently. So I had my kids and my wife, they went to go watch this movie. I have not heard any bad things from my kids about it. This movie is not for me. I have not played Minecraft. I have watched my daughter. I let my daughter play on my PS5 and she plays Minecraft on there. So, but outside of that, I can't give you no insight on whether this is a good movie or not, whether it's for people or not. I don't know. If y'all have if you're a Minecraft fan, if you've seen it, please let me know. The only thing I know about Minecraft, and I don't know if y'all have heard about this, is the crazy stuff that's been happening in theaters lately. Have y'all heard about this? So apparently, teens have been going out into theaters and getting buck wild when it comes to Minecraft. And the theaters are sick of it. And this is I believe it's in England. Where's Stamina at? We got some English theaters here. Let's see. Cineworld in Oxfordshire is warning its patrons not to get disruptive or they will be removed from the venue without a refund. Videos of Minecraft moviegoers getting rowdy inside the theaters have gone viral on social media, sparking a trend that encourages viewers to clap, shout, throw popcorn, and more during pivotal moments in the movie. It says here by the theater, any form of antisocial behavior, especially anything that may disturb other guests, such as loud screaming, clapping, and shouting, will not be tolerated. Anyone who is found to be acting in this manner will be removed from the screening and not entitled to a refund. Yikes. So, of course, I was interested in this because I was just like, wait, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all doing this? I think I have a video. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab it. I got it. Okay. So apparently, this is so bad that you even have. Can I get a good picture, please? There we go. You even have. Now I don't understand the craze, but apparently it got to the point where somebody brought a real chicken inside the theater. I don't get the joke. I know it's during some chicken scene, but somebody actually brought a real chicken in here, and apparently the theme or the trend is everybody goes crazy during this scene. But here y'all go. Oh, they cut the movie. Look at those thugs. Straight up hoodlums. Boy. So, wow. It looks like the theater absolutely was ready for them. And they were like, yeah, we cutting this off. But yeah, I've seen similar videos like that where basically it becomes a big food fight in the theater. There is like piles and piles of junk and food all over the floors. It's craziness, right? Now, here's the crazy thing about this. Theaters, and we've been here, right? We've been talking since the pandemic and all that. Y'all remember when theaters were dying? By the way, y'all remember I told y'all theaters weren't going to go away. I told y'all that years ago. But anyway, and there was all this talk about theaters are going to die. Theaters are going to die. Nobody's going to go to the theaters. If only people would go to the theaters. And theaters were doing everything and anything they could to get butts in seats. Now, y'all actually got butts in seats. Y'all have a movie that is getting teenagers, the young audience, excited to come pay their ticket, sit down, and I'm assuming they're buying all that popcorn that they're throwing around. Now, I'm not here to advocate for all that messiness and disturbing other people. I agree, that's wrong. But at the same time, that is the popcorn they pay for. They did pay for that ticket. Is this not what you wanted? Did you not want butts and seats? I'm just saying, is this a case where even bad publicity, because what do they say? All publicity is good publicity. These kids are going to the theaters because they heard about this trend. They're going to the theaters to watch this stuff. I'm just saying, listen. If I was running a theater, I'm like, hey, might have to hire a couple extra staff. Might have to, you know what I would do? I would do this. Why don't you control the trend? Control it. If I were running a theater, this is just my crazy idea. I don't even know if it'll work. I would say like, hey, we're going to have 2 different showings of Minecraft. This one y'all can get, we're going to call one the chicken screening, and the other one is going to be just a regular one. Just hear me out. Have your chicken screening and tell people like, listen, if you go to this screening, we're going to let y'all do what y'all want to do. Right? And this other screening, you can't bother nobody. Leave them alone. We're going to give you a control. We're going to put y'all in the back of the theater where nobody can hear you. You're going to be by yourself all the way back there. And then hire a couple extra staff. Go clean it up after. Make your money. That's just my little random idea. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, listen. Y'all going to have to clean that theater anyway. Right? Anyway, guys, what do y'all think about this whole issue with Minecraft? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know. Oh, we got one more thing here with WB. This actually was Superman. David Cornsweat, y'all new Superman, is talking about Crypto the dog and says that Crypto's appearance is sort of a foster situation. Superman is taking care of his dog, but Crypto is like the worst dog in the world with superpowers, so he's always destroying the fortress and hunting wildlife. I already have the feeling First of all, I already told y'all I don't like this dog. Now, if y'all have this kind of dog, that's fine. That's your prerogative. That's cool. I'm just saying this dog look ugly to me. This is not a dog that I would purchase. This is not a dog I would take care of. This is not a dog that, listen, I would give this dog to the geese. I'd be like, yo, actually, they're not even going to bother him because he's white. So never mind. Anyway, I have the feeling that this dog is going to be there for comedic relief, and it's going to work for some and it might not work for others. I personally like the other breeds of dogs. Go get you a Labrador or something like that, Crypto actually looked like in the comics and in the cartoons. I'm just saying, this dude, like, you look like a mutt. Like, what is this? This is a terrier? You find this looking Crypto on the streets begging for scraps somewhere. I'm not a fan. So I know that this dog, I believe, was based off of James Gunn's dog. It feels like a cute little inside joke that may or may not work for everybody. I don't know. Again, if this is your kind of dog, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's okay. I'm just saying it ain't my kind of dog. That's all. He looked mangy and he looked unkept. That's all. Also, in true WB fashion, we have commentary about Superman. James Gunn's Superman will have a lot of heart and humor and jaw-dropping action, and this is according to one of the WB execs, Mike DeLuca. And I think that's not surprising. I mean, a lot of James Gunn's films have heart and humor, action, little dark humor here and there. That's just his style. But they also go on to say, it's so epic and visually arresting and emotional. The performances are great. It's a 5-star movie. Have y'all not learned from The Flash? Y'all didn't learn nothing from The Flash. Y'all remember the last time we went through this? This is probably one of the greatest superhero movies I've ever seen. This is probably one of the best superhero movies. Tom Cruise. Oh my gosh, one of the best superhero movies. Be quiet. Be quiet. You were cool. You were fine. Hey, this got a lot of heart. This got a lot of humor. Cool, great. Shut up. Leave it right there. What else he say? It's so epic. Don't let that word come out your mouth no more. Epic should only come out after your movie makes $1 billion. When your movie proves that it's epic, then you can go ahead and say epic. Because if this movie is even above average, epic, I can't trust you no more. Stop trying to overinflate y'all movies before they even come out. Stop. At least brag about it when it's successful and be like, I always knew it was going to be great. Nobody's going to fault you for that. That's okay. You could brag later. But all this advanced bragging, it doesn't always work in your favor. Now you put more pressure on that movie to actually be epic. And it's sad because we already know the Snyderites are out there pre-hating, and they already got they posts, they tweets scheduled in advance. These things are going to come out the second Superman comes out, talking about how it's not okay and it's just bad. The review, let's call it right now. Can we call it now? The review bombing is going to happen. We know that this is going to happen, right? The Snyderites and the Henry Cavaliers, some of y'all finna come out in full force to fully downgrade this movie before anyone even has a chance of seeing it. So I need the WB execs to chill out. Stop with all this extra praise ahead of time. It's not necessary. Anyway, what do y'all think about all that and all the WB announcements? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Quiet one. Oh, there we go. Quiet one. I trust nothing the WB exec says about a comic book movie. At this point, no. At this point, not at all. Correct. Because what are y'all talking about? What you got? Cat back at it. Thank you so much. I'm a little bit shocked, but not surprised. WB, the Minecraft movies breaking records, 160 million weekend opener. It grabs a lot of teenage audiences. I mean, I'm just as surprised, but then again, Minecraft is a very popular game. To me, it's almost like if they made a Fortnite movie, maybe the young kids will like that. I don't know. But you can't really doubt the popularity of a brand like that. And hey, they hit something great. They hit the right chord. That this actually worked for them. But yeah, thank you so much for that. Oh man, Mike, what you got? Sorry I'm late, but I'm celebrating my promotion I got today and want to celebrate a bit with y'all before I get litty tonight. Yes, congratulations, my man Mike. Good job, brother. I don't know what you got promoted for, but I'm sure you earned it. Congratulations, and get lit responsibly. All right, thank you so much, man, and congrats, bro. 60 plus, what you got? Scarjo would make a great Trinity. She could. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's not a bad pick. I'd be interested in that. All right. Well, I told you I had more reviews for y'all. So let's talk about the amateur. Now this was something that I'm not sure if we did I'm not sure if we did a trailer reaction for this or not, but the amateur was definitely something that when I did see the trailer, I was like, oh, this seems different. This seems interesting. This seems a little refreshing, you know. So we do have this movie here. Let me grab the let's talk about it. So I mean, when it comes to like just an intro, basically you see Rami Malek's character here. When his supervisors at the CIA, when they don't want to take action after his wife is like killed during a terrorist attack, he takes matters into his own hands. Right? That's the basic premise for this. So let me just kind of start off with what's good. Rami Malek, I think he gives a very good performance here. I really liked how his character had obvious flaws, you know, like he had a lot of weaknesses and stuff. He's not Jason Statham, right? He's not the guy that's like, oh man, all I got to do is train for 5 minutes and I can kick anybody's butt. No. I liked how real that felt for him. But at the same time, I like how they did tap into and showcase his real talents. So I love seeing how Malek was able to do through his acting, basically show us his character's resourcefulness, how innovative he was, and how driven he started to become as the movie progressed. So I really enjoyed that. Another performance I actually say I liked was the classic, the legend, Lawrence Fishburne. Now, this wasn't the deepest role for him or nothing like that, but I do think that he had a nice little role where I liked how scary they made him at times. Like, I mean, he really felt like a black Terminator or something. Because some of these scenes, man, he was my man. Look at his face. Like, he was just on point with it. Like it was basically Morpheus on a mission. And I did enjoy that. Let's see. Next, you also had the main stuff here, which was really like just the action. You know, the action sequences I thought were done pretty well. And probably the suspense was my favorite part of this film. Like you never really or actually you've got like this really cool technology cat and mouse game that's going on. Back and forth with Malek's character and his bosses or whatever. And of course with like the people that went after his wife. And it's really interesting to see what direction things end up going. Now, of course, I definitely enjoyed all of the revenge moments. And I think probably the best way to describe them are almost like these Final Destination like situations. So I liked how those things were presented. I think they did a really good job with it, and I enjoyed that. So now, let me tell you what was bad about it that I didn't like. I think that you had a lot of situations here where the side supporting characters here were completely wasted. I forget her name, Rachel. She plays Lois Lane in the Superman movie, but I felt like she was very flat as his wife. Not really adding a whole lot to the story outside of, yes, this is the person he fell in love with and is going on a rampage over. um just feels like they could have added maybe a little bit more to her in this film. But probably my biggest issue had to have been John Bernthal. So yes, yeah, the Punisher himself is in this movie, and I like John Bernthal as an actor, but I have no idea why he was even put in this movie. Had no business being in here. They bring his character on. He's got like this air of mystery and intrigue. You're like, ooh, who's that guy? Like he's got to be like this super talented and super, interesting person. They kind of hype him up a little bit, like he's gonna be some big bad deal or something. And it goes nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere with his character. I was like, y'all could have literally hired ABC actor to just play them 2-3 minutes. You put him, why is he here? What is going on? So I didn't like that at all. And then of course, like we get, I guess this is more of a disappointment. It was actually the finale, the final ending, the third act. I thought it was pretty anticlimactic. I mean, you're going into this movie to see how or even if Rami Malek can get all of his revenge, right? I mean, the ones that you do see, they are pretty good, but the final scene, I think it just kind of dropped the ball. On paper, it did make sense, like if you care about the themes and stuff like that, but I just didn't think they executed it well. And it didn't help that the pacing just really slowed down after you, I mean, like you literally got done showing us all these dope moments, and then now you get to this final scene and it's like, this is how we end it. This is okay, I guess. So anyway, let me just get to the reason here. So when it comes to the amateur, I mean, I think that it felt like an old school spy thriller with a very unlikely hero to match. I think it's easy to say that Rami Malek was a very unconventional action star that you just can't help but wonder, what is he going to do next? What is he capable of doing the next time he's confronted with a situation? You could maybe say that this was like Revenge of the Nerds meets The Bourne Identity in a way. I think that there's probably even a little bit of potential for a sequel, but only if they like really flesh it out and do some more with the characters. Maybe you can have a pretty good sequel at that point. Now, one of the things that it's not this movie's fault, but it did hurt my viewing experience. And stop me if you've heard this before. Yes, it was the trailers. Basically, the trailer shows you way too many of those key moments that should be exciting or interesting to see in the movie by itself. When you see the setup, when you see what literally happens, it's not that exciting when you actually go watch it in the movie. Like, if you give away all those key revenge scenes and stuff, but you only have, let's say, one or two that you don't show, and out of those two, one of them is not that great, that's only going to hurt the movie. So again, if you can go into this movie completely cold, don't watch a trailer, don't read no reviews, don't go look up nothing, you might have a much better time with this movie. So when it comes to the rating for the amateur, I'm gonna have to probably give it I don't want the trailer to hurt it too much, but I'm going to assume I never watched the trailer. I will give it a 7 out of 10. Decent little matinee watch. Not something you got to rush to the theaters for. It kind of reminded me of one of those movies that if you were bored and you just randomly were at the theaters and you happen to give this movie a shot, you probably wouldn't be mad if you had low expectations for it. Or if you watch this on streaming, you'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I found a little gem here. Yeah, sure, whatever. But anyway, I thought it was all right. I thought it was cool. It was decent for what it was. Definitely could have been better. But y'all let me know, do you plan on watching The Amateur? If and when you have seen it, come on back to this video. Let me know what you thought about it. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a $5 Tuesday movie at best. All right, so we got that. Now we're getting close to the last topic. I'm wondering if we should do this. I'm just trying to think of the order of what we should do. Okay, since I'm doing all these reviews, let's talk about Sinners. So Sinners comes out on April 18th. So I think from the time of this, y'all got about a week or so to go see it. Remember, I will be doing a watch party, so keep an eye out for that. So Sinners is Ryan Coogler's latest film. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and a bunch of other actors, Delroy Lindo, and some newcomers. Just to kind of give you a quick intro, it's basically these two twins that are trying to leave their old lives behind. They return back to their hometown and they want to rebuild and start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is awaiting them when they come back. So first off, let's kind of start off with the good. I would say that the performances were probably the first thing that will stand out. I mean, you do have a rock solid cast here. Michael B. Jordan, he does play twins here. I think this might be one of his better roles to date. I'm not saying he's stretching like crazy here, but I do believe that he put on a really good performance here. You never forget that they're twins, but you never confuse them either. So I thought that was pretty important for him to do in his delivery in terms of like really making sure that the twins stand out. And then you also have, do I have a picture of him somewhere? I don't know if I do or not. Yeah, I don't think I do. Delroy Lindo. So Delroy Lindo, I thought did a fantastic job here. He has a minor role. He is, not a main character, but at the same time, he did a very, very good job. He probably has an interesting standout moment where he's like telling a story. Very emotional, very good delivery on that. Kind of sort of steals the spotlight for a minute there. Then you also have like Haley Steinfeld. I thought she had really, really good on-screen chemistry with Michael B. Jordan. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes that have been going out. But yes, if you've seen, when you see the scenes, the memes that have been going out about her and Michael B. Jordan will make a little bit more sense. But I thought she did a pretty good job in this film as well. But I will say, like, one of my favorites, didn't expect this, was from Jack O'Connell. My man played a really good villain. Okay, he played a really, really good villain in this movie. Just he was terrifying. He was really, really, he was menacing, and at the same time very magnetic. Used a very interesting way to use his charm to be scary. So I thought that was pretty cool. Do I have a picture of him? Yes, and this was also a surprise. Miles Canton. So Miles is like a newcomer, new actor. He's really a singer, and man, what a debut for him. Really had a nice debut, a nice performance. I mean, this brother can sing. He's a very, very good singer. And I thought that it was obviously perfect given the theme of music in this. Now, not trying to scare y'all off, but music is an important factor in this film. It's part of one of the themes in this film. Um, and I really enjoyed how Ryan Coogler was able to find a way to make music. He found a way to make it a part of a very familiar horror genre and a horror story, right? So he found a way to use music and incorporate, culture, the past, the present, the ancestors, and he put it in a very, very dope way that I appreciated. And one scene that, I mean, you'll know it when you see it. He makes you visualize this theme on screen. So I loved how creative that was. You also have the other themes of, duality. You got twins, you got good versus evil, the past versus present, life versus death, and how all of that still ties in to music, how it ties in to the mythos that's being created here. And I gotta say, just kind of going back to the villains, I liked the unique and subtle way that they made the villains appear in this movie. I feel like it's very different, or it's different enough compared to the other ways you'll see these villains portrayed. And then of course I like the cinematography. I mean, there is like a big action sequence that you'll see in the cinematography, the different camera angles really heightened those moments. Just really unique things that, he would turn the cameras upside down, or you'll be in a situation where there's a lot of action going on and the camera is just whipping back and forth, you're trying to keep up. And by the way, this was shot with an IMAX camera. So you do get a nice wide immersive feel if you watch it in IMAX. And I think last but not least, the writing. The writing worked. I like the writing here. You can tell that Coogler really did a lot of different research into the different things that he puts into this. It felt very layered, like there were so many different things that were going on, things that he was pulling from, that it just gave this movie a whole lot more depth, rather than just being some random horror movie that you'll see any other time. Okay, so that's the good. Now we're gonna talk about the bad. I think for me, my biggest issue is probably the pacing of the movie. The first act really does a whole lot in terms of talking about the Jim Crow South era. This movie does take place during the 1930s. So you're going to get all this information about what life was like for Black people during that time. Now, personally, I've seen stuff like this before. I've heard stuff like this before. I've seen this in other movies before. And I don't know how much people that are not Black that are going to stay interested or be patient to go through this much stuff with all this history, because let's be honest here, that this is a horror movie, that some crazy stuff is going to happen. That's what you're coming for, right? You're not coming for a History Channel, this is how 12 Years a Slave type of, film. That's not what you're coming for in those first, I don't know, 40, 50 minutes of the movie or whatever. So I can understand how that pacing could wear on people's patience. Like, yo, we've seen this. Get to the good stuff. Now, at the same time, I do think the middle of the movie, the setup, and all the little hints of what is going to come, that was fine. But the third and final act of the film, that was rushed. I did not care for how underdeveloped it felt. I wanted more. I thought that it was entertaining, but you feel like, man, I waited this long time and I only get that much. We went through all of that and this is all we get. That was probably where I wouldn't say it's completely unsatisfying, but I could see how some people would be like, oh man, if you had added maybe 10 more minutes, 15 more, I would have been cool. I would have been cool with that. So the pacing obviously is an issue. And lastly, I didn't like, and it's not a terrible knock on the movie, but it was a pet peeve of mine. I didn't like how you got the introduction to certain characters, and you'll know them when you see them, and you never hear from them again. You never hear from them again. What it, you know, and I'll talk about this later. And I brought this up. I brought this up when I talked to Coogler too. And I was like, hey man, that scene reminded me of Kevin Garnett during the Uncut Gems moment where he was like, how the F are you going to show me something and then tell me I can't have it? Why would you do this? So it was a nice little tease, but I didn't appreciate being teased because I wanted more of this group that they showed that I thought was really dope, but you just left us hanging. So anyway, now let me kind of get to the reason. Look, Sinners, I would say, is it's a bloody, action-packed, medium scary. It's not gonna give you nightmares, medium scary type of film, and it's dripping with cultural flavor, right? You can obviously tell that this movie was made with the intention to respect Black culture, especially jazz culture too. Um, this film, I would say that the cast probably carries the movie with their acting and performances, and the unique touch of music as the connecting elements. It absolutely helps this movie carve like its own mark in the horror genre. You do see that there are a lot of inspirations to jazz music here. That is also very intentional, and you can feel it, throughout the film. And I guess you could maybe even say that the movie felt as layered as a jazz ensemble. I would also say that this might be one of Ryan Coogler's better movies. Now, slow down. He's only got like 4 or 5 movies under his belt, but yeah, about 5 under his belt. But I would say that this is close. This is close to being at the upper end of his resume. So when it comes to the rating for Sinners, I've got to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I did have a good time with it. It was enjoyable. I do think that there are things in this movie that will get people talking. You will be talking to the screen. I think that there are some concepts that you'll be talking about after you leave the film. Some people might even be wanting to watch this movie again. Now, once again, the absolute best recommendation, and I hate that I have to sound like a broken record, is avoid all the trailers. The trailers spoil absolute, like, it's not even like close. They spoil stuff that happens to certain people. They spoil certain twists in the film. Um, it's embarrassing, in my opinion, how badly they spoiled stuff with the trailers, and they didn't have to spoil those things. They could have left a lot of those things just open-ended. So that's definitely an issue. So if you can avoid them, please do. There are 2 post-credit scenes. The post-credit scenes are more for sentimental value. I wouldn't look at them as like, oh man, let's see what crazy thing is gonna happen. I would just say stay for the first one if you're a little interested, but it's not some game changer type of thing. I would say that yes, it is worth watching in IMAX. See it obviously with an audience. And yeah, like this was the kind of movie that I think, people are going to talk about in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, that's all I got for Sinners. Y'all let me know, do you plan on watching Sinners? Is this something that's going to be on your radar? If and when you do watch it, come on back to this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right. Okay, Mambo, what you got? Hey man, I'm on break from my show tonight. I saw Minecraft today. Never played the game, knew nothing about the plot, but it's Jack Black and it was funny. Okay, cool. So you liked it? You enjoyed it? Dope. I'm glad that you had a good time with it. Mambo, studio stuff trailers to get butts in seats. Yeah, they do. I mean, listen, I am a stickler for, like, I look at trailers as similar art as making movies, right? Like I don't think it's difficult to show just enough to give people the concept and an idea of what they're about to watch. That's the job of a trailer. Give me a concept, give me an idea, and then entice me to come watch it. But sometimes these trailers, man, when they show you too much, they do the movie too much harm. You got to have a balancing effect in this. You know what? I think I'm gonna start doing something about this. Like I've harped about this for years. I think I'm gonna do something. It's time for me to take some action. I think I'm gonna do something. I'm a plan that. I can't say nothing because I know somebody gonna steal the idea and run with it, make millions of dollars, and I'm gonna be mad. That one I'm gonna be mad about. But I'm gonna start doing something. We gonna work on that. Tracy, what you got? Oh no, please put me in the scaredy cat section. Nah, Tracy, you gonna sit right in front. I'm gonna put you right in front. If you come to the watch party, you gonna sit right in front. Yeah. I think that'll be the best place. No, I'm playing. No, I really don't think it's that scary. I don't. I mean, I think it's like Twilight scary. Maybe. Like if Twilight scared you, okay. Like the only difference is Twilight was during the daytime. If you can't take Twilight during that night, I don't know what to take. I don't know. All right, we have two more topics. We're gonna do one topic, and then I got a little story to tell y'all. I'll be with an exclusive. Let's talk about freaking out Disney. So, it has been no question that nobody saw Black Panther coming. Nobody did. Even when Black Panther was pitched, when it was something Kevin Feige wanted to do, you had certain people, like Pearl Mutter, who were like, you want to make a movie with all them black folks? No. With all them blacks? You gonna have all the blacks in there? No, we can't do that. So, Kevin Feige was like, listen, it's me or nothing at all. Right? Like, he was getting ready to walk. He was gonna leave because they would not let him do Black Panther. Thankfully, Bob Iger said, all right, Ike, you're out. Kevin, you're in. And we got Black Panther, so on and so forth. So one of the stories, in case you guys remember, I know we talked about this a while back. There was always like this myth in Hollywood also about black don't sell, right? Oh, if it's black people, you can't sell it internationally. Oh, if it's all black people, it won't make no money. Well, Black Panther knocked all that out, made $1.3 billion, killed that myth immediately, right? But prior to making Black Panther, prior to its success, it had a couple blocks in the road, and some of them were internally. We had the story, no names have been dropped, but we had some stories about how some of the Disney execs, or maybe, I don't know if it was Marvel execs, maybe it was Disney execs, felt like, even Chadwick Boseman, rest his soul, God rest his soul, said that that there were some executives that didn't really care for the accents as much, and they wanted them to speak with a more English accent. Check this. The Disney execs wanted these uncolonized, non-enslaved, completely independent and technologically advanced African country of characters to speak with British accents. If that ain't a colonizer mindset, I don't know what is. If you can't put two and two together and realize that's like saying, hey, these aliens that came from outer space, they just so happen to have British accents. You're a colonizer. Like, you have a colonizer mindset, right? So, Chadwick, and I believe, I'm not even gonna say who else, I'll just say Chadwick for now. They fought back, right? They was like, no, these black African technologically advanced characters are not about to see. What do? Go to school in England? No. Wakandans are smart. Wakandans are advanced. They're better than everyone else. Let's just put it that way. Okay. They not gonna sit here and talk with no English accents. So this was something Chadwick Boseman fought for. But we got more to this story, and this came from Ryan Coogler when he went on the Breakfast Club, and he shared a story about the impact that Chadwick had, not only on himself, on the other cast, but also how deep Chadwick went with his role as Black Panther. Let's see, let's get into it here. Coogler said, out of all my actors, Chad's death actually hit Michael B. Jordan the hardest. He was an old school man's man, and compared to that dude when we worked together, bro, me and Mike was kids, so like he was so basically Coogler and Mike, they looked up to Chadwick a lot, because he had that old soul basically. Coogler goes on to say, Chad changed my life. He was the kind of teacher who you never knew was getting a lesson when he taught. It was all by example, and what he gave me and Michael was patience. He goes on here, it says, Coogler noted that Boseman's work ethic was to immerse himself in the character so much that he adopted T'Challa's accent for the entirety of the Black Panther shoot. He was talking in an African accent. Disney execs came to see us on Panther. It was week 2, and they pulled up, and it was the T'Challa accent, and they were freaked out. I was like, don't be freaked out. He's working. He don't turn it off until we wrap. When I tell you, I miss Chadwick so much. Like, that man was such a... I mean, he was like one of my favorite actors, like, just period. The more I hear about how much he valued the movie, the role, it's like my amount of respect and adoration for him just goes through the roof. I wish I could see the face of the executives as they're like, why is he talking? Why is he a real African? Like, why is he talking like this? I don't understand. What's happening? What is happening? Do we have a translator on set? Hello? Someone help us. Like, what? But that was the kind of guy Chadwick was, and I love hearing these kind of stories, and I guess the other question is like, why are you freaked out over this? Like, what did you think you were walking into? Did you think that you was going to walk in and they was going to have British accents? Like, were you really surprised that the all black cast with the all black crew was going to sit here and just nothing? Did you think that they was going to talk like some 1800 slaves? Like, oh, hi, sir. Hold on, let me do it. Let me do it the way that they really wanted. That's probably. Oh, hey, hello, sir. How are you doing today, sir? Good day we're having, isn't it, sir? Good weather we're having, ain't it, sir? Huh? Yes, sir, boss. We gonna have this Black Panther movie ready for you in no time, sir. Yes, sir. Is that what y'all was expecting? Is that like, I'm just really wondering why are you freaked out? Why are you scared over this accent? Anyway, shout out and rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman for putting it on the line. The fact that this brother was doing this while fighting cancer. Oh, it don't get no better than that. So I'm glad that he did it. I appreciate that he did it. I'm glad that some of that hopefully rubbed off on other actors as well. But there you have it. There you have it. Disney, grow up. Grow up. Black accents should not scare you. That's all. Anyway, guys, what do y'all think about this whole story? How does it make you feel about Chadwick? How does it make you feel about Black Panther? Does it make you think any differently? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Sorry, I had to check on my daughter, make sure she's all good. All right, what else do we have here? We've got some questions, some comments. Quiet one. I've got to the point now when I see a trailer is over 2 minutes. I know they're going to show too much, and I just avoid and just watch the teasers. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, when you see a 3-minute trailer, to me, that's a yellow flag because it's like, why do you need to show me 3 minutes? Think about this. A trailer is really just a bunch of supercuts of like the best moments of the film, or usually about it. 3 minutes of supercuts is a long time. You know, teasers. Oh my God. I wish all we got were teasers. If all we went off were teasers, I think a lot of movies would make more money and they would also probably get better reception because people's expectations will be not as they won't be set up for failure, I think. So yes, I love that principle. I said just watch the first trailer, but I'm with you on that too. I think that's a great idea too. Just watch the teaser and walk away. You know, if you like it, go watch it. You don't, it's not for you. Just move on. Wait for the word of mouth. JN, Chadwick's performance as James Brown was insanely great. He really did. And I'll be the first to admit it. I did not think he was going to be able to do it. Like when I heard he was playing James Brown, I was like, what? Bro, you don't even look like James Brown. But this man committed, even got his little you got the underbite and everything. He did it. Got the dance moves and all that. He did it. He did it. He did a great, great job. Chris, what you got? This has got to be the best weeks in movies. Amateur Sinners, The Accountant, Thunderbolts, Final Destination, Mission Impossible, Karate Kid. The most I spent on movies in a year. You know what? I told y'all this year was going to be doing something. April, the month of April by itself. Amateur, drop, decent movie. Sinners, I think is a good movie. Y'all, we back. Put the word out on the streets. We back. Okay, the movies are back. Like, I think we're finally getting back in the rhythm, back in that motion. What was the last time we had something like this? 2018, maybe? Little Thor Ragnarok, little Black Panther, little Infinity War, little Spider-Man inside the across the Spider-Verse. Like I think we getting back. I mean, summertime, we talking about Thunderbolts, we talking about Fantastic Four, we talking about Jurassic Park. Like, I think we making a nice little comeback. Yes. Thank you so much for that. All right. Is this story time? I think it's story time. All right. So, in case you did not know, your boy had a nice little encounter. Now I recently posted my interview with the cast of Sinners. Spoke to Delroy Lindo, spoke to Ryan Coogler, and this was a roundtable. This was for AFCA, so shout out to AFCA for that. And I'm gonna give y'all a little behind the scenes. This story is gonna be more behind the scenes stuff, so we just gonna rap for a little bit. I had been trying my hardest to get on the press tour, press junket list for Sinners. Okay. So just for those that don't know, if you're not a big outlet, you're not Variety, you're not Deadline, you're not, one of the big major Hollywood outlets, getting on a press junket to do interviews is damn near Russian roulette. Like, you'll be lucky if you can get in after all the other bigger outlets get their automatic slot, right? So we already know these big outlets, they gonna get their time, they gonna do their thing. We already know that. So your boy, man, I was working. And what do I mean by working? I'm, making videos about Sinners. I'm writing articles about Sinners. I'm emailing. I'm like, yo, what's up with Sinners? Yo, how you doing? I'm like, this is my lane. What's up? Hook a boy up. Here go my numbers. Can I get a little bit of that, Sinners? Like, I'm doing everything I can so that I could try, because y'all know I'm trying to get this interview so I could bring this to y'all, right? I'm trying to infiltrate. You got to be strategic with this. So it gets to the point where the press junket is happening. It's official. I'm not getting no calls. Ain't nobody. I'm talking to all the peoples. I'm like, yo, any updates? And they like, yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'm like, dang, man, I heard that we'll see before. I've heard that before. So AFCA, again, shout out to AFCA, one of the largest film critic groups full of African Americans. AFCA decided to do a roundtable. And the roundtable, you've seen those interviews before. It's about like a bunch of us. We sit down with the cast. Is it the best? Is it the same as a one-on-one interview? Not as much, but it still gets your foot in the door. So shout out for that opportunity. So the second they mentioned that, I was like, accept, please. So I was lucky and fortunate enough to be a part of that roundtable. And that's where I was able to have my Sinners interview, which I just posted, on the channel. So, of course, with these interviews, and let me be very clear, you only maybe get one question, and the last thing, I know some people might not think this way, but the professional thing to do is to stay on topic. So if I'm doing an interview about Sinners, I have to ask about Sinners. So that's why if you watch my interview with Coogler, there is no Black Panther talk, because this was about Sinners and I only had one question. So that's why that happened. But if you saw the end of that interview, that is where things get spicy. And I believe I do have that ending right here. Let me pull that up real quick. Y'all should be watching the videos anyway. But let me play this, the last 8 seconds. So this is after, oh, no. Before I play this, here's what tripped me up. This is what messed everything up. Okay? Because at first, I will admit, I was a little nervous. Because I was like, man, I don't know if Ryan Coogler, recast T'Challa. Right? So, y'all saw what I was wearing. I was wearing my little T'Challa shirt and everything, So, before the interview starts, Ryan gets up and, this is before the cameras roll and we're on a Zoom call. He looks at the camera and he's like looking at all the people and he's like, oh man, okay. I'm going to try and do my Ryan Coogler Oakland accent. Okay. All right. I see y'all. All right. Oh man, I can't see everybody. Let me get a closer look. Okay. Okay. I see E-Man here. Okay. I was like, how does he know who I am? I was like, he didn't say, oh, there's Emmanuel Noisette. There's the movie. No. He was like, oh no, E-Man is here. I was like, sir, whoa, wait a minute. How? How do you know me, sir? Because now my mind is racing. I'm like, do you know me because I was a fan of Black Panther? Do you know me because of Recast T'Challa? Because y'all know I've had some strong opinions. Like, what do you know and how do you know me? So anyway, I asked my question. He enjoys the question. And, this is the ending of the question here. This is what he ended up saying.
Right on. That means a lot, bro. We coming to Chicago, bro. We're going to be out there in a bit. You should pull up.
I got you.
I bet.
Let me tell you something. If you're in the middle of an interview and the director of the movie tells you to pull up because they come to your hometown, what you think I'm finna do? Yes, I'm finna pull up. Are you crazy? Let me tell you something. Remember how I told y'all I was out there looking and I was trying to get on the press tour. I was trying to get a junket, trying to get an interview. You don't think I got right on that phone and I said, excuse me, Ryan Coogler, the director, he just invited me to come and pull up. I needs to pull up. Can I please pull up? The pulling up needs to happen right now. I was told, oh, we already talking about you. I said, how y'all know me? How y'all talking about me? And this just happened. And y'all already talking about me? Y'all saying anything good, bad? What's going on? What's it? They was like, no. We trying to work the schedule out. We trying to see if we can get. I was like, okay, cool. Let's go. This is when I want to say it was right before that last live that we did that I was like, y'all, I got something cooking, but I didn't want to jinx nothing. Anyway, let me hurry up with the story. So I get the call, yo, Ryan is cool. Ryan want to see you. Pull up. I said, okay, all right, let's go. All right, cool. So I pull up and I get to the location and it was literally like me and like one other person. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, this is Ryan Coogler. It's a big movie. They in Chicago. Michael B. Jordan around here somewhere. Like, why, where's the Chicago media and stuff? That's another story for another day. So I'll fast forward. So I'm sitting outside and he's walking down the hall and his assistant was like, you must be E-Man. I was like, ma'am, who are you and how do you know who I am? Like, I'm just it's really messing me up because I don't know if they know me for good things or bad things. I don't know. And then there comes Ryan. He comes in. He was like, E-Man, what's up? I was like, what's up? All right. Yeah, what's up? Let's go do this, right? So everything's cool. Now, I wore this shirt because this was the shirt that I wore when I went to go see him. First, they love the shirt. Oh my God, did you make that shirt? And I was like, yes, I made it. Now, I made this a while ago, right? But I just thought it was fitting because 1930s, Jim Crow, Black Panther, it was a perfect fit, perfect match. Cool. All right, let me go through the actual conversation. So, he compliments me. It was one of those like black brother type of, situations. Like, oh man, I like your shirt. Nah, man, I like your shirt, man. Nah, man, your fit is dope, man. No, you cool. Like, it was just that complimentary type of thing, right? And then I was like, all right, man. Hey, I gotta ask you, how do you know me? What like I don't. You called me out on the interview. How do you know me, sir? And he was like, oh, you talked to Nate Moore. I was like, oh, I did talk to Nate Moore. Oh, so you do know about Recast T'Challa because that's the only time I've talked to Nate Moore. The only time I talked to Nate Moore, videos up there, is when I had to do the Recast T'Challa conversation. Y'all saw it. We went in depth with it. So I was like, okay, clearly he knows about Recast T'Challa and he's smiling in my face. We're cool. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're good. Right. And then he was like, yeah. And also I met you during Creed. I was like, bro, that was over a decade ago. a decade ago when I had hair and nobody cared who Ryan Coogler was. Not at all. And you remembered that? Dope. Very cool. Very cool. So anyway, when it came to the actual conversation that we had, again, and let me just kind of let y'all know, I'm going to be professional about this, right? The vast majority of the conversation, first of all, they told me I only had 10 minutes. So in those 10 minutes, I had to ask some sinners questions because that's why he's here. And then, of course, I had a Black Panther question on deck. But shout out to his assistant, and shout out to Coogler himself. That 10 minutes turned into 25, 7, 27. And we actually got a chance to talk. Like every time I was like, man, it's almost time. He was like, no, man, we can keep talking. I was like, wow, okay. Because I want to be respectful of his time, right? So again, you're giving me an opportunity to talk to you. The least I can do is talk about your movie and stuff like that. So I do, I ask a couple questions about the movie. I will drop those on the movieblog.com if you want to see those. It's more about Sinners. It's a little spoilery, so I'm going to drop it when the movie comes out. And I know y'all don't care about that. Y'all want to care about Black Panther. So I know why you're here. I get it. So Black Panther, I said like, hey man, ain't no way the people are going to let me talk to you and not have a conversation about Black Panther. Ain't no way. Y'all would hang me by my toes. Y'all would hang me by my pinky toe if I did not ask at least one Black Panther question. Now, let me make this very clear. I have extremely huge difference of opinions with Coogler and his creative decisions, right? That's no secret. But one thing I do not do, I'm not harboring any type of personal resentment against him, Marvel, Nate Moore, whatever. So if you are here thinking that this is about to be an I hate this black man type of tirade, you're in the wrong place. That's not what I'm about. I'm not anti-black. I can have harsh, vehement disagreements, but I can also respect another black man that also happens to love the same character that I do. So, yes, we have disagreements, but at the same time, we do respect one another. And I appreciate him for that. So, I asked this question because since he already knew that I spoke to Nate Moore, it didn't make sense. And keep in mind, my time is ticking at this point to ask him or talk to him about Recast T'Challa. No need for that. He already knows that. But what I did want to ask about was something about the future, right? So my question to him was, I want to make sure I get the question right. I asked him straight up, Avengers Secret Wars is coming up, but Nate Moore already said that we are going to let Ryan Coogler do his thing, right? We're going to let him do his thing. We're going to let him do, Sinners, and then he'll come in. So while he was doing that, I was like, so that means Black Panther 3 probably won't come out till 2028, but whatever it is, it'll be after Secret Wars. So again, because I already knew that he knew about Recast T'Challa, I'm not asking about that, but I kind of am. And I asked him, hey, when it comes to Avengers Secret Wars, there is an idea out there that this could be a soft reboot to the MCU. It might do something that resets everything. And then I asked him, I said, like, and given the fact that you had all these challenges with Chadwick's passing and all the stuff that happened with Black Panther that didn't go the way you wanted, as a creator, as a writer, how do you feel about the multiverse? And how do you feel about starting over? So the reason why I'm asking this, I'm like, hey man, you could just all that stuff that you got going on, you could do this differently. You can start off, you got a fresh, clean slate. And as a writer, wouldn't that be something you'd be interested in? His answer, I thought, was interesting. He says, bro, I can't answer that. He said, because it's real. It's real things happening, and the Russo brothers are working on a movie, you know? What I will say, and this is me knowing what I know, it's about the business. The character T'Challa is in this world. Who will outlive us all? I rest easy knowing Black Panther is a $2 billion franchise and 2 movies. That's a mark that any responsible shareholder can look at and be like, hey, what's going on with this? And in other words, we need to keep this ball going. Cool. Now, at first, this didn't really feel like very much of an answer, and I knew he wasn't going to be able to say too much. But we got to put on the detective hat and start thinking about this. So while it is true that the Russo brothers are doing what they're doing, I thought that his answer was interesting because one assumption a lot of people had was that Ryan Coogler could just do whatever he wants. Ryan Coogler could just write Black Panther and just do whatever he wants, regardless of what anybody else does. But it doesn't sound like that's the case. What it sounds like is the fate of Black Panther, the fate of Wakanda rests in the hands of the Russo brothers. Let's go to the research. We have the rumor. This is from Daniel RPK, that the Russo brothers have already signed a deal to oversee additional Marvel projects that includes X-Men at Marvel after the conclusion of the multiverse saga. In other words, they still have the opportunity to basically control or dictate where these things go in terms of the characters or the stories. Now, what's also interesting about this is this already happened. This happened with James Gunn and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Gunn ended up saying Marvel chose that ending in the editing, where it basically had Thor joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was not part of James Gunn's plan. That's not what he wanted to do. James Gunn said, and I didn't think it was going to end. It was going to be in there. Endgame came out right after I decided to do Guardians again, so I didn't have much say in what was in Endgame. And then it came out, and then I was like, what the heck am I going to do? Right? So what I'm trying to say here is it is very possible that if the Russo brothers destroyed Wakanda, killed off certain characters, Ryan Coogler is going to have to pick up those pieces. So for a lot of y'all that are out there, they're like, man, I don't like T'Challa Jr. Man, I don't know. Hey, if T'Challa Jr. don't make it through, Ryan Coogler can't use him. He's going to be at the behest of the Russo brothers. Now, because I know this was not satisfying just for me either, because time was ticking. This was pressure situation. Again, I wasn't even supposed to be there. Okay, so please keep that in mind. This was not supposed to be a recast T'Challa conversation. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't going to slip some stuff in. Similar, if you remember watching my video where I talked about I met the Russo brothers and I was able to share my dream with them. I did the same thing. And I guess you can kind of imagine this. I had the PR person and I had Ryan standing up. He's like trying to leave. And they're like trying to be like, okay, it's time to go. And I was like, hold on. I got just let me just share one thing. One last thing. It's not even a question. I was like, listen, I just want to tell you something from the people. We are very okay with variants. The multiverse is okay. We're not feeling T'Challa Jr. Toussaint. Seeing a black man and a strong black woman on screen is something we would absolutely love. And last but not least, T'Challa needs to be intelligent, 18 steps ahead, and has to be one of the best fighters on screen. Ryan heard it. He was like, okay, all right, in his Oakland voice. So at the very least, I have communicated. I've communicated the message. He heard it. It's up to him. It's up to him. But I think what gives me a little bit more hope, maybe, is maybe it's not Ryan Coogler that we need to focus on. Maybe it is the Russo brothers that we have to focus on. Maybe it is the Russo brothers. We have to remind, hey, Aldous Hodge as a variant ain't too bad, right? Because if the Russo brothers deliver a variant and say, this is your new T'Challa MCU, this is what Ryan Coogler is going to have to work with. So I just thought that it was interesting that even though he didn't really say it, the fact that he mentioned that the Russo brothers are pretty much dictating what's happening, there's a little bit more hope, just a little bit more hope. So I know this was not the perfect message. It wasn't the perfect situation. I mean, again, I wasn't even supposed to be there. This was not even supposed to happen. It wasn't even supposed to be that long. Hopefully this earns maybe some goodwill where maybe I'll be able to talk to him during Black Panther. Like, I don't know. But I think I left a good impression. I mean, cool guy, very nice, super generous with his time. And I definitely appreciate the experience. And most importantly, I appreciate him hearing me out, even if this is not even if it's not what he wants to do, right? Even if he's like completely opposite and he wants to do something else, I'm always going to respect people that at least hear us out. So shout out to him for that. All right, guys, that's it. That's my Ryan Coogler story. I know somebody's disappointed. I know somebody's mad. Like, why didn't you tell him this? Why didn't you tell him that? Why did you wear a different shirt? Guys, all this happened in like 18 hours. I barely could even think of the questions to ask, but I had to at least make sure I gave him the wish list and, try to get a little something for the Black Panther 3, but I did what I could. And hopefully there'll be more. We'll see. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Let me know, what do you think about my meeting with Coogler? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, Dalvin, what you got? E-Man, I sent you an article on Instagram on Finn Jones saying, give me a chance. Oh, did I ever talk about that? I think I talked about it last week. Man, listen, is he training? That's it. This ain't complicated. There's nothing complicated when it comes to Finn Jones playing Iron Fist. Is this man? You know what? Let's do it. Y'all know what we got to do. Let's go to it. Let's go. Impromptu. Let's see. What's Finn Jones doing today? Oh, still asleep. All right. What else? Oh. He's out here. He's chasing waterfalls. They told him not to go chasing waterfalls, but he's chasing waterfalls. He's playing. He's playing in the ocean. Playing in the ocean. Is that training? Is it reflections from another trip through that? No. Is that training? I don't see no training. How much training you gonna have sitting in the sun going down? What are we talking about here? I don't care what this man says. Until he shows me himself in a dojo, with some karate clothes on or something, put the gi on. Put something on, bro. Put some boxing gloves. I need to do a push-up. I don't care. He can want this all he wants. All I want to know, because here's the thing, I keep hearing all these excuses from all his little apologists out there. Oh, he didn't have time to train, and all the report, it wasn't his fault. It's been years. It's been years. It's been all these years and this man ain't trained a lick. What's the excuse now? He got to get the job so he can learn how to train. I'm just saying that that's what you really want to do. Why didn't you make this a side hobby? Show us. Prove us wrong. You want the chance. I want a chance to see you throw a kick. I want to see you throw a punch. Let me know that you want this role. You got Chadwick Boseman out here fighting cancer, adopting a whole African accent, and holding that until production is over. You out here chasing waterfalls. Sir, don't tell me nothing about you wanting a chance. No, I want to see you prove it. Prove it, please. Quiet one. Thank you so much. Hope you get your spot on the Press Junkie. You earned it. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try. I will try. But thank you so much. All right, guys, that's all for today. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. This was definitely a great experience for me. Loved it. Had a really good time with it. Let's see. We got the season finale of Daredevil that we're going to cover on Wednesday, 7:30-ish. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, next Friday, same place, same time. We go live every week just for all y'all new people that are here watching, where we cover all the latest news from the week, and I'll give you my thoughts, opinions, and all that fun stuff. If you are new here, I'd love it if you subscribe. I'd appreciate it very, very kindly. So please feel free to do that. Supports the channel a whole lot. Oh man, my man King Chad, what you got? Ryan is very nice like Chad. I miss Chad a lot also. I sent Ryan saying thank you for Black Panther 1. I tell him Chad, tell him your Chad story too. Maybe E-Man can tell him if you want. I want to meet famous people a lot. Oh man, thank you a lot. Hey, Chad, thank you so much. That's my man Reese right there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that so much. And one day, hopefully, you will be able to meet some celebrities and famous people as well. I believe in you. I believe that you'll be able to do it. So I think that that'll happen for you. But all right, guys, that's it. Like I said, let's meet back on Wednesday for Daredevil, and then we'll meet back again on Friday for another round of the live chat. But until next time, guys, you know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that is crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories, how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role that there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Sure, we can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now, wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the man, so what is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.